Hey, this is Joey with BeamNG.drive, and today we're just going to make a real quick video for a mod that adds more features to the game. So I think to start off, we'll just go ahead and go to... We'll wait for my list of maps to load, apparently. There we go. I think we'll just go to Dry Rock Island. It's a stock map in the game, so we'll go there to start things off. Alright, now that Dry Rock Island has loaded, we can go ahead and take a look at the mod. Now, I've already got it out, but what you have to do is you have to hit the plus sign to add the mod. The engine temp button, or app, is the first thing you'll need to add. Then extra buttons, and also, if you already have these things down here in the corner, you'll notice that there is a few buttons that were added. So we'll just go ahead and go through them. So first off is the start/stop engine button. If you click this button, the engine stops, and then you can start the engine again. And you can also start the engine or stop the engine by pressing E. And also, there's a custom sound by pressing E again to start the engine. There's a sound of a car starting. Then there is a horn that is added. Now normally there isn't a horn button in BeamNG, so you press H for the horn button. Now I haven't actually ever heard a horn that sounds like that before, but I guess it's I don't know. I've never heard a horn like that before. Usually a horn sounds like honk, where this one is like beep 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 beep. Or like pulses. That might be changed in a future version. Next up are the engine buttons, which are these here. So I'm just going to go ahead and drive around for a little bit, and we can see what those do in just a moment. Oh, that's weird. The textures are glitched out. Why are the rocks brown? Oh, it's that glitch with the Canyon of Speed map. It changes most of the textures for the roads and stuff. But, just ignore that. Anyway, we'll just go ahead and drive around and crash into a tree. Here's a tree. Smash. So, that killed the engine. And if you notice, the hazards came on, which is a feature that some new cars have when they detect a crash. I don't know why they do that, but this mod adds that. So what you have to do is you have to hit start engine. Nope, nothing happens. You click repair engine. Then you can start the engine. But the truck is broken, so you have to hit repair drive shaft. And now you have your fully functioning vehicle again, and if your car isn't too torn up, you can still drive it around. This truck is alright, I mean, apart from the huge dent in the front, but it's doing alright. And now we can just keep driving around. And let's fall off the edge of a cliff. Whee! Hello, tree. My bumper! And now the truck is it dead? No, it's not dead. It's just stuck. Let's reset it. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look at this engine temperature button. We go into manual mode, or real automatic, as is the case, and we rev the engine. You will notice the engine temperature is slowly rising. And this is because you can now overheat the engine. If I think it gets to 102 degrees, the engine overheats. So then you just let off on the accelerator and the engine cools down again. I'm just going to go ahead and keep driving around, and now we'll talk about the auto blinkers. So if we turn them on, I am turning right now, and you notice the right blinker comes on. And then I don't have to click any buttons. Well, except maybe the left turn signal, because that's still on for some reason. Why is the left blinker going on when I'm turning right? That's weird. Oh well. Now we're going to go into the water, because there's something that this mod changes about the engine flooding. Here we go. Now the truck still drives, even though it looks all smashed up. It used to be if you went into the water, the engine would drown instantly. Now that is not the case. It takes longer for the engine to drown. So if you accidentally fall or drive into the water, then your car can still keep driving, hopefully. But there's also something else that's added, which is that the engine will bog down after a while. We're not really going that fast. I don't think the engine is deep enough in the water. There we go. Yeah, that's deep enough. I thought I turned the auto blinkers off. Here we go. Now the blinker's still on though. Turn them off. Now all you see is the hood of the truck kind of popping out of the water. Notice how the engine is like doing that thing? I'm holding full accelerator now, and it's bogging down now. So, after a while, the engine will no longer drive or function. Yep, it just drowned. So what you can do is you can sit there, and let's get out of the water. Because now I want to move on to something else that the mod adds. I can't see the truck. There it is. We're on the land again. There we go. And now, let's talk about the manual transmission. So I'm just going to select a vehicle that happens to have a manual transmission. I think I'll go ahead and use where's a car I know that has a manual transmission? The Bolide, that one has a manual transmission. Let's use the 350 GT and BeamNG.drive. I don't know how to pronounce that. Alright, there we go. Now we can go ahead and drive this thing around. So, I'm going to switch into manual mode, and I'm going to shift into the top gear, and then I'm going to stop. The engine's stalled out, but if you start the engine in first gear, the car will drive just fine. And then if you go all the way in fifth gear, and then you hold in the clutch and stop, then the engine doesn't stall out, and you can hit to first gear, and the car will drive. And sand really lags the computer. But, yeah, that is what the More Features mod adds. That is just a basic overview. There is one more thing it adds, though, which is cruise control. So, in one of the earlier versions of the mod, you could choose what speed you wanted to cruise at. There was a little box you could type in the speed you wanted to cruise at. Now, if you just wanted to cruise at 45 miles an hour, you turn the cruise control on, and it will now cruise at about 45 miles an hour. And now the game has control over the gas and the brakes. And I just tapped the brakes, and it only tapped it a little bit. I forgot how nice Dry Rock Island looks. I haven't used this map very often, but it looks really nice. Yeah. And then, if you wanted to turn the cruise control off, all you would do is you would stop it, hit the accelerator a couple of times, and then you could stop the car. And now I can keep driving, except for the fact that I forgot to shift into first gear. I want to reset there because I wanted to have a crash. Yes, who would want to crash their very expensive 70s looking sports car? Well, it's BeamNG.drive. You can't tell me what to do. Go! We're gonna hit that tree. Hopefully. Hi, tree. Smash. There's a crash. You gotta have some crashes in BeamNG.drive. So, to make this thing go away, you just click down here at the bottom. And now you can see your taco. But, yeah, that is the More Features mod for BeamNG. I believe this was version 4.9. Earlier versions were less, well, there have been some improvements made since those first versions, and the engine has stalled out. I can't turn it on, repair engine. Okay, that's weird. I clicked repair engine. Something up with the car is damaged. Oh, yeah, that rear wheel is not looking too good. Well, yeah, that is BeamNG, yeah, that's More Features mod for BeamNG. So, until next time, this is Joey. I'll see ya.